Hi loves, it's Shanda. How are you? And welcome to Shanda Says. Before I get into tonight's video, I want to thank you all so much for the beautiful well wishes that you left on my page. I appreciate you so much. I'm feeling 85% better than when I was last here. And your comments cheered me up quite a bit. Again, thank you all so very much for that. Tonight's video is a topic I've never delved into before. And honestly, I will share with you, it came through my Instagram DM. And you know what they say about those DMs, it goes down in the DMs. So oftentimes, like many of you women get, I'm sure you get these weird DMs from different men. And, when I got the DM initially, I didn't really take it seriously. And, but out of respect, I answered it back. And they were really honest about what they asked me. And I was really humbled by that they would want my opinion on this very subject. But a gentleman reached out to me and he said to me, teach me how to love. Again, I looked at it with some skepticism because I thought, okay, maybe he's just trying to, who knows. But he really was genuine and I really thought about it and I said, you know what? I want to really tackle this subject with my viewers because a lot of us, many of us assume that we just know how to love and we know what love is and we know and have an understanding of love and that there's just this blanket meaning to what love is. And I did discuss this quite a bit in my book, which is so weird that I haven't voiced it here in my videos. But I talked about when we're children, our first example of what love is and what it represents is shown to us and we're learned through our families and through our parents. So if you think about it, put yourself as a child and you go back and you think about love between a man and a woman. What was your reflection as a child? What was that to you? What did you see through your parents? What did you see through, or if you're from a single parent home, what did you see through your mom or your dad? What was love and how was love represented to you? And when you peel back that onion, it will start to give you an idea of how you love as an adult. And it's truly mind-blowing when you think about it because I don't know if we often think about those things. But the reality is how we love and what love is to us is really shown through the eyes of our parents. And our first ideal of what love is, be it positive or negative, are those experiences. So when we become an adult and we get into relationships, we think we know how to handle ourselves. We don't always know how to handle ourselves because what our representation was and what our daily life was. The saying, children learn what they live. What our daily life was shown through us about what love is, that's who we become. And that's the kind of partner we become sometimes. And I'm not to say not all the time, because many of us have been through some negative things, but there are a lot of us, and Shanda included, that had to deal with some things that, that peeling the onion that I had to deal with, my childhood and what love was and what that represented and how I behaved as a woman and how I reflected my feelings and my emotions on my partner and how I was even able to receive love. I know that I have been in relationships with men that didn't even know how to take my love or how to receive it because for me, I'm very affectionate. I'm an affectionate woman. I'm always hugging, I'm always kissing. I'm always saying, "Are you happy?" You know, I I'm present in my emotion. And there are people that come in your life that don't know how to deal with that because they're not used to that. And that doesn't make them a bad person. They're just not used to dealing with that kind of love. And that's what I learned is when you find someone or that you love someone, I don't want to confuse you guys, but when you find someone that you love, the ability to sustain your relationship is going to be really based on that you love the same, or your ideal of what love is similar. It may not be perfectly the same, but it's similar. Or you respect each other enough to what their ideal is and what your ideal is, that you're able to change and move within what they need to make them happy and to make yourself happy, so that there's a compromise that you can live together and be a great union. When a man says to me, teach me how to love, I think about when you were a little boy, what was love, what kind of love was shown to you? Did you have a mom that showed you a lot of affection and attention? Did you see love between your parents? Did you not see that? Did you um, did you not feel love as a child? Did you not feel like you were loved, or that you were even important? When someone asks you to teach them how to love, what do you say? I know for myself, there are certain principles that, when it comes to love, that I feel are important to me, which is respect. I have to know that with the way you wish to be treated is the way that I wish to be treated. And I want to be spoken to with respect. I want to be treated with respect. I want to know that I'm a priority in your life, that I'm meaningful to your life. That with that respect means I'm a priority and you're going to show up and you're going to follow through. Because follow through is very important with love. You know the saying, you can tell me all day that you love me, but if you don't show me, what does that mean? Doesn't mean anything. Because actions speak louder than words. And I will say that what I learned is a person can tell you all day that they love you, but it will show in their actions. It will show in how they speak to you. It'll show in if you're a priority in their lives. When you say, teach me how to love, are you able to be affectionate? Are you able to give love? Are you able to kiss and hug and say, I love you? Not everyone has the ability to be able to voice themselves and communicate love. It's very difficult for people to be vulnerable, and sometimes love represents vulnerability, and it's very hard for people to say those words because sometimes that word is equated to pain. So me saying I love you means that you have the ability to hurt me, and I can't do that, and I have to steel myself. I have to protect myself, which we've all dealt with pain. I know that I have, and I have loved people in my life that did not love me the same, did not love me the same. And when someone doesn't equate or put the kind of effort into you that you put into them, it could be very hurtful and discouraging. And you feel like, moving forward, I'm not going to give another person this kind of leeway with my heart, or this kind of openness and this kind of vulnerability. But when we get to that point in life, how happy can we really be if we're never able to experience that emotion? Because to me, love is the greatest emotion. And as I've expressed before in previous videos, love is not something that people guarantee to give you. It's not. So when you have someone that loves you and are doing all those things that I talked about, that are making you a priority and communicating and showing love and being respectful to you, you have to show them that you respect that, and that there's reverence in that, and that, it's important. When someone says, teach me how to love, are you able to understand that loving someone means being able to give yourself over like this and say, here, I trust you. I trust you with my life, and to To take that means vulnerability again. But with the right person, you have to be able to understand that it's okay. It's okay. I I do this vlog and I don't have every answer. I mean, who does? Who has a degree in love? You could have the smartest human being, and when it comes to love will be just a mess because the heart and the mind are two separate entities. But when they meet together, it's a beautiful thing. It's the cross. When the heart meets the mind, it's a beautiful thing. And that's why when you meet the right person, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Because they just will imbue your life with possibilities. The right person will encourage you, will be supportive of you, will make you feel like you can conquer anything and be anything. Their love for you just shines on you, and you just feel empowered. And there's such a beauty in that. But in teaching a man how to love, I know that as a woman, I want a man too that is responsible. That is responsible, that, if we have a family, that you're strong enough to be able to take care of us. As cosmopolitan as I am, I'm still a very traditional woman. I still believe a man is a king of his castle. I still believe in a man being someone that I refer to, because I want my man to have that strength and that ability to make decisions, and respect him enough that I trust his decisions. I trust him enough to enter my body. I should trust him enough to make decisions for his family and what's best for us. So yeah, I'm that kind of woman. So as a man, you have to be that kind of man that can be able to handle that kind of responsibility. Because there is a responsibility when it comes to being a man and being in love and having a family and having all those things. So, hold on, guys. I'm recording. This is live. It's not Memorex. But anyway, yeah, a man that is present and a man that, little things like writing poems and writing love letters. I've been blessed to find someone that, you know, writes me love letters and makes me feel important and makes me feel wanted and makes me feel loved. And when you get to know your partner, you get to know your woman, you get to know all the little things that she loves. And, as a woman too, I want to say this, reciprocity too. As women, we could say, we want, I need you to do this, I want you to do this. But as a woman too, you have to be present with your man. And the same love that you want from him, you have to be able to give that. So, in teaching you how to love, so much, I think it's a lifelong journey for all of us in learning how to love. It's a lifelong journey. And when you find the right person, that journey is a beautiful thing. I could find new ways and new things in a person that I love, that every day I'm finding about him that I love about him. It could be the silliest thing, like his hands, or his smile, or the way he laughs, or how he is with the dog, or the cat, or the kids. Just any little thing, the littlest little thing. Love is. It's not always grand things. I have been blessed to have really beautiful, expensive things, but nothing on this earth is comparable to a man that genuinely loves me. That just genuinely loves me, and I get choked up thinking about it, because we all want that. We all deserve it. And if you're not deserving of it, and if you have issues, you have that onion, you got to peel it back and you got to work through it. You got to work through it. Because life is short. Life is short. And while you're here, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to not only give love, but to receive it. And you have the ability to be happy. And being in love is the most beautiful feeling in the world. I don't care how tough a man acts. I don't care how much he may think he don't need a woman, or I don't need this person, I don't need that. At some point of vulnerability in your life, you're going to need someone in your life that loves you unconditionally. It's going to come. The most hardened player. And it's funny, I'm going to say this. I follow different men on Instagram, and I do follow certain men in the industry. And I look at the memes and I look at the things they say, and I see the toughness, but I know that there's a vulnerability in every tough man. Every tough dude, there's a vulnerability. Because the right woman is going to take care of you and love you. And when you get old and you ain't so fly no more and your hair is receding, she won't care about none of that. She just loves you and wants to take care of you. And to me, that's just a beautiful thing. But teach me how to love. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast. There is a real biblical meaning to what love is. And when you read that and you absorb that as an adult, as a grown-ass man or grown-ass woman, you really look at those words and you think of the impact of what that is. And here's the thing. If you're not ready for that, don't invite company over. Meaning, don't allow someone in your life if your house is dirty. If this is not ready and prepared for company, don't do it. Because you'll be two miserable people. Don't do it. Allow yourself the time to peel the onion and figure out who you are and what you need, what kind of man or woman you want in your life, what you're deserving of. When you have all those answers, then it's time. But I want to thank you guys so much for forever being present with me. I know that you can always choose not to leave a comment or not to tune in, and I'm so appreciative of you. And again, thank you so much for all your well wishes on my last video. Yes, I put makeup on because I wanted to feel like my old self, so I put a little drag on tonight. But again, you can email me, shandasays1@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram at shandasays. Follow me on Twitter at shandasays, and I'm on Snapchat. And I will be putting up some snaps soon. I plan to do that. And we're going to do more stuff. And I want to do a little homework with you guys. Please do this for me. When we talk about this subject about teach me how to love, I want you guys to think about your childhood and think about in your homework, if you can leave it in the comments, what was your first representation of what love between a man and a woman was to you? What was it like for you as a child growing up? If you could leave that in the comments, I really would love to do a part 2 to this because I want to get a sense of how a lot of us grew up and what love was and how it was represented to us as children. I think it says a lot about how we become adults. Want to, ponder that a little longer, but I love you, and I'll be back again soon, and I'll be feeling much better. I won't sound so nasally as I do tonight, but I love you, and remember, stay pinked. Mwah. Love you. Bye-bye.